Hey guys, welcome to Bustin' Rainbow Six Siege. Today we are looking at Zofia. So Zofia is Ella's sister and she is the second Polish operator on the attacking side. She comes with a double barrel grenade launcher and is a very interesting character to play. Now this video will include things from patch notes and the operator reveals, but we have to go over everything because not everybody reads those things. Anyway, enjoy. Zofia's gadget has drop. Now in this game there's not really that much drop when it comes to projectiles. So Ash's breaching round doesn't have any drop, whereas Zofia's grenade launcher, well, if you watch right now, we're going to fire it right over the runway here. You can see that it dropped way short of where I was aiming. We're going to get Brian to actually stand where it exploded, so that we can actually see exactly how far short it's actually dropping. And it's kind of considerable, but considering the distance you're actually going to be firing in the game, this drop really doesn't matter at all. Like the distances you're shooting, you're not going to have to worry about weapon drop whatsoever, but it is curious that it is indeed part of this weapon. So you can see here I'm going to hit Brian and I hit him dead on. So that is the weapon drop for this. It's also the same for the concussion grenades as well. You can see that it dropped right onto Brian's position even though I'm firing way further back on the runway there. Again, the drop isn't that bad, so you're probably not going to see it in the actual game at all when you're fighting. Now you can see that when I fire the concussion grenades when Brian isn't there, they do make it all the way to that line. That's because they're actually bouncing. And then when Brian is there, the proximity detonation is actually setting it off. So there you go. Zofia's gadget does have drop. That is confirmed. Shock wire will stop Zofia's impact grenades. So something great about Bandit is that he can actually stop Ash's breaching round from blowing up barbed wire, because if she fires it in, the barbed wire actually destroys it. And Bandit actually gets a little bit of points for it as well. Whereas with Zofia, this doesn't happen. It works just like an impact grenade, so it just detonates on impact, doesn't get destroyed by the electrics, and takes out the barbed wire. So it's a really nice benefit. So that is confirmed. Zofia's gadget is able to take out electrified barbed wire. Zofia's stun grenade will be destroyed by electrified barbed wire. Now, the reason we're going to test this is obviously because the impact grenade is detonating on impact, whereas the stun grenade has a little bit of time before it goes off, so it's going to spend a considerable amount of time actually in the electrified barbed wire, and you would think it would probably get fried. You know, it makes sense. So we've electrified this entire area. You can see that he shot in and it still went off as normal. So that's busted. The electrified barbed wire will not destroy the concussion grenades. Zofia is the only attacker that can be injured but not have the round end when she's the only person left. This previously was only held by Doc on the defender side, whereas now Zofia can be the only person on the attacker side alive, and the game won't end when she gets downed, and of course she can self-revive. So that's pretty cool, and that is confirmed. Zofia versus Doc self-revive. So I thought we'd do a little bit of a speed test and see how quickly it takes the two operators to get themselves up. If we actually put them side by side, you can see that Doc does indeed get himself up quite a bit quicker than Zofia, although Zofia isn't that far behind. Zofia's concussion nade stops actions. So this is really handy for stopping things like the bandit trick or things like that, because it knocks people out of actions. You gotta also watch though, because it will knock Montang out of his full shield as well. So try not to use it on your friendlies. Zofia self-revive versus Cav. So of course, can Cav interrogate you while you are doing your withstand ability to self-revive? Well no, Cav overrides that and kicks your ass. That's busted. Zofia can get herself out of her frost trap. So this is quite an interesting one, and I actually would love it if she could. It would be kind of a really badass ability, and Frost will still have enough time to come and kill her, but she can't. She cannot get herself out of her frost trap. You need someone else to help her in order to do it. So unfortunately that is busted, but I would actually like to see that change. I think it'd be cool. You can fire Zofia's nade launcher through a single bullet hole. So if you make a single hole, and this can be any caliber size, so you can go right down to the smallest possible caliber, you can indeed shoot these grenades through. Not a very useful thing to do, but it's certainly interesting that you can fire a grenade which is definitely bigger than the bullet through that bullet hole. So there you go. That is confirmed. Zofia's stun grenades will damage gadgets. So do these grenades actually do any physical damage? So we're talking about the stun ones. And no damage to the gadgets whatsoever, unfortunately. Kind of cool if you could fire this into a room and accidentally hit like a gadget and destroy it, but that is busted. ZOFIA'S stun nades will do impact damage to attackers. So can you do impact damage with the stun grenades? Well, yeah, you can do 5 damage in total. Now the point about this though is you cannot do it to defenders because it has a proximity detonation. It will detonate before it physically hits the enemy, whereas you can shoot it at your friendlies and hurt them, but that is confirmed. ZOFIA'S stun grenades can be bounced off shields. So we had the idea with this is like you're pushing an objective, one of your shields moves up and then you bounce one of your stun grenades into the room using the shield, and then what would happen is the shield guy would then push in right afterwards. So we wanted to see if it was doable, and it is. It actually does bounce off really well. It's pretty good angle wise too. You can definitely judge how to do it without too much problems. Like this is a good little setup we got going here to see if we could put it into the front of the plane here, and this would be totally usable to push into that like objective room there. So that is really cool. That is confirmed. ZOFIA'S impact grenades do decent damage. So when I first heard about this operator, I thought their impact grenades would do like really good holes in walls and stuff and not do much damage, but they will do about half damage on a character. This is a 2 armor we hit there. That's not too bad. So I'd say that's confirmed. That's decent damage. ZOFIA versus Jaeger. Of course, we've got to test ZOFIA and Jaeger. And Jaeger is always a very useful character to bring along. And we just fire one of the impact grenades in his direction. You can see that his ADS stops it. Now we'll fire one of the stun grenades and make sure that one also gets stopped by the active system. And it does. So that is confirmed. Ela and ZOFIA really don't like each other. So this is the first time we've had sisters in the game. And if they kill each other, they get an extra 10 points of sister rivalry, which is confirmed. Very odd. ZOFIA concussion charge will detonate on proximity even after a defender runs in. So this was brought up by Pyrex, and he was kind of interested in what would happen if he fired the concussion grenade into a room and then a defender run in afterwards. So the detonation on the timer alone appears to be about 2 seconds. So what we did here is a test where he fired it underneath me and then I jumped down. So basically the grenade's being fired off, then I jumped down. And it didn't seem to detonate on proximity, it seemed to detonate based on the timer. So with only 2 seconds, it's hard to test, but it does look like it detonated before the 2 second mark. So I think it's still based on proximity, even if it's, you know, stopped moving or already been fired into a room. ZOFIA projectile speed. So I thought we would test the actual speed of the projectiles, because I thought that this moved a hell of a lot faster than an Ash breaching round. And I also kind of felt like the stun grenades moved slower than the impact grenades as well. But if we actually look at the 3 different types back in slow motion, so if we watch it back in slow motion, we can see that actually the Ash breaching round gets to the wall only a slight amount of time after the impact grenade hits the wall and detonates. So actually, they all seem to be moving at a very similar speed. Ash's breaching round is definitely going slower, but only marginally. And then the stun grenade actually does move at exactly the same speed as the impact grenade. But anyway guys, that's all the myths I could come up with for ZOFIA. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.